With the rapidly changing world and the highly competitive and versatile nature of industry, operations are becoming more and more complex. In view of increasing complexity of software systems, the software industry and engineers are continuously look for the new approaches to software design and development. So, the latest programming approach is Object Oriented Programming or OOPS. And in this video, I am going to give you a short introduction of Object Oriented Programming. So let's start. Before starting, I want to request you guys, please subscribe this channel for watching more educational and inspirational videos. So, the Object Oriented Programming or OOPS offers a new and powerful way to cope up with this complexity. Its main goal is clearer, more reliable, and more easily maintained programs. And as the name suggests, this programming language basically works on objects. So, what is an object? Let me define it. An object is an identifiable entity with some characteristics and behavior. Therefore, it shows the specific functions of something. And as I said earlier, object-oriented programming views a problem in terms of objects involved rather than the procedure for doing. After introduction, let's take a look at evolution of software. The efficiency and usefulness of a program depends not only on proper use of commands, but also on the programming languages it is written in. The two major types of programming languages available are low-level language and high-level language, and they both offer different features of programming. So at first, let's talk about low-level languages. Low-level language, that is machine and assembly language, are machine-oriented and require extensive knowledge of computer circuitry. So let's talk about high-level
Machine
language.
In
High-level
which the
languages or
instructions
HLL
are written in
on the
binary
other hand,
code,
that is
English
by
like
using
keywords.
zeros and ones,
Construct
is the only
for the
language
sequence
the computer can
selection
execute
and
directly.
iteration,
And also the
However,
use of variables
assembly
and
program
constants
is then converted
thus
into
it
machine
is
language
very easy to
using
program and
research
assemble software
languages.
if we compare it with low level. The programs written in high level languages are converted into machine language using a compiler and interpreter. Software as a computer can execute machine language directly. As we all know that basic programming started with the instructions being typed in binary format and zeros and one, and it evolved into today's sophisticated programming languages that offer many features to make out tasks much easier and effective. So till now, the languages are divided into 5 generations. So let's take a look at the first generation programming language, often referred as 1GL. A first generation programming language is a machine level language or machine language in short. It consists of zeros and ones. Originally, no translator software such as a compiler or interpreter was used to compile or assemble the first generation language. Its biggest advantage was that the programs written by user can be directly compiled by the computer. After first generation, let's take a look at the second generation or 2GL. A second generation programming language is a term usually used to refer to some form of assembly language. Unlike the first generation programming languages, it can actually be read and written fairly easily by human. It requires some translation from the assembly language to machine and to make it useful to a computer. The translator does so is known as an assembler. Now comes the third generation programming languages or 3GL. A third generation language is a programming language designed to be easier for a human to understand. It uses normal language words like if, repeat, while, etc. These languages can also be converted into machine language using compilers and interpreter softwares. So now the time came for the fourth generation programming languages or 4GL. So they are designed to be closer to natural languages than a 3 generation language. They are non-procedural in nature. That is, the programmer have just to specify what is required rather than how it is to be done. The basic advantage of the fourth generation is that they are designed to reduce programming effort, the time it takes to develop programming software, and the cost of software development. Now let's study about the latest generation of programming, that is the fifth generation programming languages. So these languages were based around solving problems using constants entered by the programmer, which the computer uses to solve the given problem. The fifth generation languages are also used mainly in artificial intelligence research. Some examples are Prolog, OPS5, and Mercury. So this was a short introduction to you with the object-oriented programming. I hope you have taken enough knowledge to be started with the OOPS, as this is one of the most important topic in our class 9th curriculum. So thanks for watching the video. Stay safe, keep learning.